Casino. Culture Casino.
Culture Casino.
Culture
Culture
Casino.
Casino. Culture Casino.
Culture Casino.
Culture Casino.
Culture Casino. Culture Casino. Culture Casino. Culture Casino. Culture Casino.
Coffee. Good morning, everybody. Aha.
Culture Casino.
Don't you feel good about 7-Up? Okay, maybe not. Anyway, let's get started. We've already wasted 2 minutes and 24 seconds just for me to say hi to each and every one of you. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Saturday. This is April 26th of 2025. Holy cow, we're 4 months in, 8 months left. My goodness. We're going to get back to a regular pattern of things. If you've not noticed, we've got a member stream coming up for all members this morning for an hour, immediately following this show, which is only going for an hour, which is why we only have 3 subjects to get through today. And we got 41 of you to start off the day with. So let's say hi to you as we get going, rolling. Roland's not here, by the way, at least not yet. We got Weatherman in the house over on the green machine and on the red side of the equation as well. In fact, Dr. Jill Powers is everywhere as well this morning, wrenching away, which I appreciate it. My good friend, my pal, my buddy, the guy that I missed the most and barely got to see in Vegas, it seems, is Eric K. Eric K., I hope you're doing good, my friend. Hope you're feeling it. And hope you are getting the rest you need. Tulls is out there in the chat. Also, Tulls did some amazing things like, refresh the membership. A 4-month member here on the channel. Thank you, Tulls, for being a member of the channel. And thank you for gifting 5 Culture Casino memberships right here on the Culture Casino channel. Guys, memberships make the channel. They really do. It's the one thing that a creator can count on is your support and that of many others, because it gives people a little bit of an opportunity to check out what the channel membership is all about. Today is one of the examples. We have a member stream scheduled in 55 minutes, so the clock is ticking. For those of you that support the channel, I appreciate it. You also keep the lights on, and actually you're going to make it possible for me to buy some new key lights for the ceiling rack, which I desperately need because these lights are probably destroying my eyeballs as we speak. So we need to get some better ones. For those of you who got the membership, you are welcome to today's member stream. And hopefully get a chance to check in. We got about an hour to spend with that. Weatherman gifted a Culture Casino membership here on the channel, as well as Mod Eric over on the green machine, sending a gifty him own self, which is just a little super duper chat from my buddy Eric K, saying, hope you are feeling better. The weak immune systems must be hard to deal with. Well, thank you. And so true. You're very funny. I just worry about you, my friend. You know me. And Staccato DDS in the house. So good to see you, sir. Been a minute. I hope things are going well. Worried about all the people that I'm not getting to see regular, but I imagine everybody's very busy. We're headed into this summer season faster and faster than we imagined. We are also headed into the opening of Epic Universe. I think a lot of people are going to be focused on that. Good morning to Libby Priest out there. And of course, those of you that are paying attention, the audience continues to grow. We got so much to talk about, not a lot of time to do it in. Indie Phantom out there, of course. We've got the amazing Carl Singh. We've got Juliet. Good afternoon, Juliet. Hope you're doing well across that pond. We've got 11 Alpha or 11 Aloha if you read it wrong, like I seem to do. There's that super chat on the green machine from our I guess it's technically a Rumble rant from Mod Eric, but he sent one over here as well. Radioactive is here. Got to meet Radioactive in person again, see him in the Vegas area. That was a lot of fun. Read by Nature is out there. We got Death Angel Shadow out there. Rob McCord's in the house. Huzzah! Huzzah indeed. Our favorite Polar Bar is out there. And we've got Logan Stark out there. Good morning, CC. Well, good morning to you, Logan. We've got to get that green chat. There it is from Eric K, who gifted 5 Culture Casino memberships, which actually keeps the channel alive. I know. We've got Kenny Long in the house. Good to see you, Kenny. And a few other folks popping in as well. Never forget the tragedy at Hadley's Hope. We've got several other folks hanging out. We've got mods. Do realize that the Discord is something I'm going to be playing with today, so hopefully that'll be helpful. John Monkey's out there today. Good to see you, John Monkey. And JB's spooky review. What's up, my friend? I hope you're doing good. Says we'll work for American citizenship / Canada is dead. Yeah, your election thing looks rough. Yeah, sorry about that. And thanks for the Canadian $2. Appreciate it. Wish I could employ people at this point, but not quite there yet. Need the channel to get over 50K so I can at least bring in a paid employee and 100K to get a couple, 3 of them. Michael Krinsky's out there. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. We got Pilgrim Media for $2. Say Carpe Diem. That's right. Seize the day for $2 from our good friend Pilgrim Media. $1 from our pal Weatherman says, Culture, can you put your emojis on the weekend profile? I can. Yeah, I need to figure that out. This is one of those things where I wish I could turn it over to like somebody like Ms. Pick Cafe or somebody, because it's just easier. Right Cheer got a membership. That's amazing. And Moana TJ. Hi over here, says Magnify, also known as Tom. Good to see you over there, Tom. All right, we got to get going because we don't have a lot of time this morning. We've only got 3 articles to get through. Let's see if we can do it. Shall we? We shall. Now, normally I reserve praise for people that I don't agree with, but sometimes people make some sense. And if anybody does that more occasionally than anyone else, it's going to be Bill Maher. Occasionally he makes some sense. Sometimes he's a complete maroon. But I think a lot of that's just comes from being incredibly ill-informed, uninformed, or just a lack of understanding of the world around him. Now, Bill Maher also gets a lot of guff because anytime he says anything that his particular side of the equation believes or doesn't believe or thinks is a little off base, he gets attacked. So let's take a look at that. We've got this news screen that we're going to take a look at here. Looks like Real Time's Bill Maher continues denouncing the Yahtzee comparisons. That's right. It's a hard word to use with nuance. Well, yeah. And that's why they've devalued the value of that word. I don't know if that necessarily was intentional on their part, but it sure became that way. And it makes anybody using that word look absolutely silly. Because the context of that is very specific. It was very specific to a time and a people that just believed whatever the political leanings were at the time. They took it as a religion. And so Bill got on the roll. Bill got on his soapbox and started talking about it. And he did continue to stand his ground with the Trump visit that he had, the Trump dinner, and the 2.5 hours that he spent in the White House. And on Friday's episode of Real Time, the comedian went on a tangent about thinking some stuff from the loony left, even his dinner with Trump, referencing Larry David's recent New York Times stupidity. My dinner with the H-Man about the meeting. He said, I just think Yahtzee is a hard word to use with nuance. So when you bring that word out, I feel like they're the goat of evil. And so it just conflates your argument, he told guest Al Gore, without directly naming David or referencing the article, which I think is probably serves him best because I think people probably understand where he was coming from and was at the same time just kind of leaving it out there And you don't want to call people that you respect foolish out loud, especially not in that industry. But I think that's kind of what he was doing. And yeah, so he said specifically, I just think Yahtzee is a hard word to use with nuance. So when you bring that word out, I feel like they're the goat of evil. You can't say it any better than that. So following up, he says, I guarantee that the side of the country that voted for Trump hear Yahtzee and they just go, oh, you're calling us Yahtzees. First of all, it's a bit of a false premise, as bad as they are. And also, it just says to them, wow, he's still continuing to say that we're bad. Oh, that wasn't a very good way to go about it, Bill. But anyway, says, well, you just hate us. And one thing I've learned in recent years, the one thing that's more powerful than money is hate. Maher continued, when people hate you so much and they think you hate them so much, even the money goes out the window. Not that I think that Donald is going to survive if he takes the economy down, but this idea that, well, I'll just take a random example. You can't even break bread with them. We hate you so much. You're deplorable. Thank you, Hillary Clinton. Well done, Bill Maher, on revising that. And you are not worth having dinner with. Okay. After David's satirical essay teased that this private dinner was a completely different animal, praising him as more authentic, Maher vented to Piers Morgan, to use the H guy thing. First of all, I think it's kind of insulting to 6 million dead Jews. That should kind of be its own place, which I agree with. The minute you play the H card, you've lost the argument. Yeah, I think the minute you use the that particular Yahtzee word, you've lost the argument. But hey, it is what it is. I just find it interesting that there are times when he speaks directly and in a way that is consumable by all. Whether or not they will consume it and understand where he's coming from is an entirely different conversation. But there's that. So, and it looks like our good friend Staccato DDS dropped 20 Culture Casino memberships. My goodness, that deserves some cheddar.
Oh, man, that's some sweet cheddar. Guys, yeah.
That's right. Just want to say thank you to Weatherman, dropping a couple of memberships over on the Green Machine. That's right. We have memberships on the Green Machine too. Speaking of which, member stream coming up here, not that far in the future, about 40 minutes away now, or a little over 40 minutes. Just want to say thank you again to Staccato DDS, Weatherman, and everybody else. We've got Blade Nicotera getting one of those amazing gifted memberships, along with Adam and Tubby Lumpy. That's a unique name, whoever that is. Sean Green and many others also received the benefits of being a member for 1 month, which means that Tuesday, you're going to get to catch the little live stream that we do off the books, the one for the movie watch party, which I think we're going to stick in the same vein of fun things to watch. So I'm looking forward to that. I think we got a Hot Charts Part 2 coming next Tuesday. We got Pilgrim Media out there for $2 saying they don't care about context or irony. The message. Yes, that seems to be something that they care about greatly. The problem is their message is lost. And who would know what the message is other than, the people who got the daily download? Because at this point, that's all it is. It is certainly raining green everywhere on the Green Machine or here on the tube side of things. For those of you on X, I want to say thanks for watching. We can always catch your chats as well. You can chat in X, by the way, on the live streams, and I will see them. We got a lot of these things. Oh, wait. Putin's cat invented a way to look at this and say it. If it looks like a Yahtzee and quacks like a Yahtzee, there you are. Thomas Bullman says, good morning to everybody. Good to see you. Amelia Cloak's scroll arm is in the house. We got a few other folks like Penny dropping in. Dean Krantz is out there. Salute for your service, my friend. Popsicle joining us as well. And look at all these amazing beings joining us today, like Elizabeth Young. You guys are the heart and soul of the channel. I hope you realize that. I carefully select the stories that I cover. Now we're getting even more direct news coverage. I'm going to continue on, for example, the MSNBC piece I did the other day. I'm going to continue to bring the facts. So just be prepared for that. In fact, I'm going to actually start linking some of the stories and the stats and statistics I get, so you can look at them all for yourself. That's the goal of the channel, is to inform with facts and figures that you can get for yourself. I think that's incredible. We got a couple other things to jump to, several other topics, or at least two more anyway. But we also have King of the Monsters dropping a 99-cent super duper chat. I love that. You get a quick buck. That's right. I'll buy that for $1. Let's see, what else do we got out there? Big Daddy MRI is in the house. Holy cow. Big Daddy. It's been a minute. Radio Drago's joining us. Hopefully we get the game channel up and running as well. All right. Let's do this. Let's jump to our next story, because this one's well, like most of these, are pretty disturbing. We sometimes deal with disturbing subject matter, and a little bit more political than I like to get on a Saturday. But this one, I think, affects everybody. Mark Fields is my super chat. I don't know. Where did it go? Oh my gosh, Mark Fields, I missed it. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. I don't know why it didn't pick it up on this side, but it, why is it not? There it is. Mark Fields for 5. Culture Casino Cash says, positive vibes to you all. Positive vibes to you, Mark. I appreciate that. I didn't want to overlook it at all. It's strange it didn't pop up on this side until I went looking for it. That's strange. But hey, sometimes EV Mux is strange. Gabby's in the house, hopefully feeling better. And that's that. We got the Delaware beer drinker. We know it's the weekend when we got the Delaware beer drinker in the house. Wow, Friday and Saturday, my friend. Good to see you. All right, let's get to it. So back to the idea that we are covering some difficult subjects today. Well, let's get into it. This fella is in big trouble. He's in the title for a reason, and he is just he's really bad behavior oriented. In fact, I think his record label was appropriately labeled, or maybe that was Madonna's. I don't know. But what I do know is this guy was offered an opportunity to plea out in the federal trafficking case that he's involved in. Prosecutors disclosed this. It looks like it was was last night that they actually dropped this news. And he rejected a plea with the federal racketeering and trafficking. And that was talked about, I guess, at a midday or post-midday hearing in New York. The prosecutor, Madison Smizer, revealed that Combs had rejected the deal without providing any further details on what was offered. Reports are based on whatever Reuters was reporting. Combs previously pleaded not guilty to the 5 counts outlined in the case, which accuses him of using threats of physical violence and intimidation to coerce ladies to engage in those interesting parties that a lot of celebrity types had been at and were forced to take compromising pictures of themselves and other things. Again, it's a big club and you're not in it, and maybe you don't want to be. During the hearing, Judge Arun Subramanian also denied the request from Combs' counsel to exclude the explosive video that shows him violently attacking his ex-girlfriend, Casey Ventura, in a hotel in 2016, a tape that I have seen and saw all the way back then. I'm sure you did as well. That ruling allows prosecutors to show the jury the video, which Combs' attorneys previously claimed was altered and therefore non-admissible in the trial. I don't know. I think everybody kind of got to see that. And what would that alteration have been? Perhaps context or time. Maybe they shortened the time frame of the whooping, or maybe they put the network bug on it, and that's also considered to be edited, I would imagine. Anyway, it is what it is. But Combs had previously apologized for the action shown in the video. When he had put hands on Ventura and dragged her through the hotel hallway. He had stated that, I was messed up. I mean, I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in the video. They're disgusting. I was disgusted. Then when I did it, I am disgusted now. I went and I sought professional help. I've been going to therapy. Does anybody believe that? Going to rehab, I had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry, but I'm committed to being a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry. Well, I don't think a lot of people are going to forgive you regardless, but the representation for Combs didn't respond to Variety's request for comment on him not taking the plea deal, and the jury selection begins, in just a few days on May 5th. The opening statements are scheduled for May 12th, and the trial is expected to last for 8 to 10 weeks. That means there's a ton of stuff we haven't seen, and it's going to get pretty wild. Look, I never thought very highly of this man. I didn't appreciate his sampling of great rock songs and things like that. But what I did appreciate was that he built an empire, as far as his music label. But not a huge fan. Not. His music, his rap wasn't exactly the best, and his atrocities are easily believed based on his previous behavior and his persona. So it is what it is. Oh, Putin's cat. I wish I could put that up there. I'll bet George Clooney was there. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised, though. Those types of things do upset me. I'm not really a supporter of coercion in any way, and that seems to be something that he was committed to doing to people. Amelia Clark, I know the case you're referring to, and I was going to actually try to visit this. I just didn't think I had enough time in the hour we're spending together for today's Saturday news update to go into the whole background. Also, I don't think that Jeffrey's particularly popular with the folks at YouTube, so the loss of another witness is a real problem. And I'm very angry and disappointed that we have not yet seen what we were told we were going to see. So there is that. Read by Nature mentions that Caligula asks for your sympathy. If you have any understanding of who that is, you would get a chuckle out of that, I'm sure. Let's see. Cinco de Mayo Parte. That's right, 11 Alpha. That would be when the court jury selections there. I don't think if you get on a 10-week jury, you're going to necessarily have a party or be excited about being on it, because 10 weeks is a long time. That should give you like an excuse for jury duty for the rest of your life. I just think that's that. Let's see. Yeah, his apology sounded a little scripted. You are 100% right, Weatherman. Once again, Weatherman has gifted a couple of gifties over on the Rumble side of thing. Let's see. Wonder if it's being televised. I think I don't know what the nature of federal trials are in New York, but this is a federal gig, and they oftentimes are not televised. In fact, they're very rarely are. So, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of other rappers I have great respect for. Him, not so much. Hey, Sergeant Garatina, good to see you, my friend. But there's that. Many of you. It does seem inconsistent with her fight. It really does. And again, we're talking about a lady named Virginia. You can do your own research on that. Yeah, especially since she's the one that went after Prince Andrew specifically. Jared Markham's in the house. Everything this man did is disgusting, but why bring it up now instead of when it happened? See, and this is my bigger problem with all of this, right? States like New York and other places opened up doors in places that didn't have them before. There is, what do we call it? A specific time frame for which you are and you can be held responsible for stuff. I don't even think that civil cases should be allowed to be regurgitated after that many years. I think that the stigma that used to come along with being victimized about this had actually dissipated or been eliminated as long as 30 years ago. So why we don't obey statute of limitations when it comes to this kind of stuff is pretty disgusting to me. Brian, it's probably my fault that you didn't get the delivery of the message. I think it was too close to the 30-minute time limit. That's just the way that works. Yeah, other people. Your inebriated Plutarch says, yeah, 8 to 10 weeks will destroy their lives. It will. It'll cause difficulties at home, possibly job promotions, things like that. So it's a big deal. Yeah, we got Shadow Chaser out there. Great to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing all right. Working and listening. Awesome. Fallen Angel Links in the house says federal will not be televised. There you go. Yeah. And I was pretty sure that was the case, as I mentioned. I just don't believe they do that. And the only time I think you see anything federal like that is if it's in the public interest, especially when it's government oriented, but that's about it. So, and we the North. Morning, y'all. Morning to you. Morning to you. We got our good friend, Commander Ed Straker Shadow out there. Let's see. No notifications up. Stumbled into your stream live on homepage. 20 minutes. It's all right. It's definitely my fault. I'm sure. Too close to the 30-minute limit for YouTube. That's crazy if you're on the wrong side of the Clintons. Yeah. Well, things happen. I'm just saying. Joanna's here. Good morning, dear. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for dropping by. John Coman's in the house. It will not be televised. No. The revolution should be, but doesn't seem to be so far. It's great to see you, John. It's been a minute, my friend. I hope everything's going well. I miss you guys when you're gone. It bugs me. It really, really does. All right, we got a third story to get into. In addition to the quick follow-up, the member stream will be within a couple of minutes of this ending. If you are not a channel member, you will automatically be redirected to the Salty Nerd podcast, which starts in about 30 minutes, just so you know. Staccato DDS for 5 Culture Casino Cash says, I agree with you that ignoring statute of limitations lends itself to abuse. There's a purpose for the statute of limitations. There is. This is a conversation I would love to have with Coleman or Andrew or one of the attorney friends that we have here in our little group of peoples. I think everybody would agree. It's easier to play on a set of emotions rather than facts when you're so far separated in time and when the understanding of times is removed, because, well, there's other things happening that maybe people chose to ignore way back then. I want to say that I am putting the little heart emojis on the super chats and just continuing to say thank you for the gifties. You guys are incredible. or however the French say it. I always try to say it like it's French. And need to ask the boss how to say it. She speaks French. Let's see. Heading out to see ROTS. That's right. That's right. The replays are out there. John Graber, the space jockey. Great guy. Super excited. Awesome show as always. Thank you, John. Have a good time. I hope it is amazing. Cyrano 2960. Greetings and salutations. Hello, my friend. Good to see you. Yeah, Fed cases are never televised. Yeah, I didn't think so. Let's get it's the big H in the house. Good to see you. Morning, boss. Good to see you. Good to see you. Cyrano 2960 gives 5 Culture Casino memberships. If you are the recipient of one of those, you can join us this morning for the member stream, which will start expeditiously after this one ends. So there is that. Thank you, Cyrano. Incredible contribution, as always. I hope you're doing well, buddy. It's been a minute. I know everybody's been really busy. Morgan King is out there hanging out. Good to see you. Hopefully we will have a working Discord after the end of this weekend. And then I'll place my people, my moderators, and then I will probably try to check in every once in a while. I do want to have just a dedicated mod group in there. So if you're a mod, you might consider Discord. Big Daddy MRI with a huge contribution in Culture Casino Cash with an amazing super sticker who says, I'm amazing. But technically for the $20 super chat, my friend, you're amazing. It's so great to see you, buddy. I really hope you're not overwhelmed. You have a tough gig, dude. Tough gig. Always busy, it seems. But it's great to see you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday that you can make it over on the Midnight Edge in the morning. It's great to see you here. And there's a few people that do that. The beautiful Deep Ball was gifted a gifty over on the Green Machine by the one and only Weatherman. That's 3 so far for the day. I can't take it, so boom shakalaka. That's right. Hey, Culture, go to me, my previous chat, Fallen Angel Lakes. Let's see. Fallen. Good logic. There you go. Yeah, I love Joe. Good guy. Physically went to the Ghislaine Maxwell trial to cover it for his audience. And Robert Gouvier even talked about it. Yeah, I actually saw... see a bunch of coverage the last few days from him. But yeah, no, we have wonderful attorneys in our sphere. So yeah, it would be a good conversation on a lot of the stuff. But yeah, like I said, I really appreciate the knowledge that we all have. The audience, I have the best audience on YouTube. I know other people may say that. I actually do. It's you guys, and you make the shows better and more informed. We can talk about things with more nuance and gently care for subject matter, which I appreciate. It's all because of you. I need you. I need you. Yeah, a little bit. Sorry, Blues Brothers in my head all of a sudden. Aloha. No, it's 11 Alpha. I still am going to say that, though. Just FYU, Federal Rule of Criminal Procedure 53 bans TV cameras and photographers in federal trials. Recording is only allowed in specific circumstances. Yep. I think there's only 3 of those circumstances, to be fair. If I remember correctly. Could be wrong. Shadow Chaser, I must be one of the few who think cameras in courtroom are a bad idea. I think it creates a difficulty when doing a, what do you call it? A retrial. Like, for example, what's happening with Harvey Weinstein, when you have an appeal or you win a retrial or whatever it happens to be, you've already got a lot of prejudicial material then out there in public. So perhaps that's not great. But there are times when I think it's absolutely important because it's such a matter of public record. And I tell you what, the situation and the circumstance of several trials in my lifetime that have been televised, the results usually yield problems, I should say. Bear slippers. We need to have a bear dance off. I think the whole audience should. I think if I can get somebody to craft me a theme song, I think that it would be kind of fun, like the Friday Night Tide Show, like one show a week that we do here on the channel. That maybe the audience participation is fun, where everybody gets dressed up like a bear or something. I don't know. Be kind of goofy. Angela Richter, you're fine. Start over. I'm late. I'm sorry about that. John Coleman's been here for 11 months. Says, woohoo, Discord. That's right. I just think it's easier to communicate because my habit of email. So back in the day when I was in IT, that's over 20 some years ago that I was doing the thing I went to school for, IT. I was getting like 51,000 emails a day. Most of them I filtered because they weren't relevant. They were from other departments that just like internally reported things, conversations about whether or not a given node was down, up, or had been repaired or not, or whatever it was. Lots of it was essentially spam to me because it didn't directly apply to my team that I was running at the time. So, the internet operated a little different back in those days as we started to bring in broadband, which is something my team was responsible for. But those conversations weren't relevant. So I learned to ignore and filter a lot of email. And so I have a problem in checking email now. I know that's dumb, not great for business when I moved on into other areas, but it seems to have carried over in my life. So Discord's a little easier because I could have a little boop, boop, boop sound going off, letting me know that the messages are stacking up. So at least when I have the notifications turned on. Again, bad culture. Bad. But we'll get better. And that's the point of the Discord. So hopefully you guys all decide to jump on it. Angela Richter jumps on giving a membership to somebody. Thank you, Angela. Beautiful Sumatran tiger there. And that went to Yarn Chicken. Is that really it? Yarn Chicken. ETM. There you go. Thank you, Angela, for that. Weatherman says, Culture Magnify wants a mod ship. Oh, yeah. I know it's Tom. I thought I'd already done that, but I guess not. I'll have to go into the background. You will get it, Tom. You deserve it. You're a pal. You're a friend. You're a dude. Jared, just have you and a panel of attorneys. That would be great. I would love that. Sander Hammerschlag in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Pal, friend of mine. I thought Harvey died. No, but he has remained in the hospital and not in prison in the last several weeks. I've been trying to follow that story as much as possible. Dark Wolf. Harvey can't leave prison. Bo will be so lonely. Dustin Heaton out there. Good morning. Just saw The Accountant 2. Was a good movie without the message. Hey, that's why I did the review. Not a lot of people saw that. I have a feeling that it's being muted by the powers that be, which is strange. Probably because there's too many white males in it. Yeah. I will say this, and I said it during the video, and I encourage you to watch my review of the film. Daniela Pineda actually repaired her star, in my opinion. I think that she does a great performance in the role that she's in, and I think you guys will appreciate it. And if she would have brought that kind of energy, and if she'd been quiet about her role in in that live action anime that she was supposed to be in, Cowboy Bebop, I think everybody would have appreciated her more. I think she wouldn't have sabotaged anything like she did there. I see Papina is out there. And I'll see Cyrano for another 10 Culture Casino cash. Thank you, Cyrano. Says, exceptions. A judge may authorize such activities for specific purposes, like presenting evidence, preserving the record, or for security, judicial administration. There you go. I knew it was 3. Is that right? 3 reasons. There you go. Discord is slowly getting better. I don't do crap on it because I'm lazy, but I have a lot of servers I joined. Excellent. Well, we'll see what happens. Boone's Cat says, dude, I made you a theme song months ago. Culture Casino. He's white. He's white. He's white. It's actually true. All those things are true. David Banner is here. Hulk. Hope you're having a good weekend. I'm having an extraordinary weekend. I was born a little earlier than that, Big H. A little earlier. I'm a little older than most people think, and if I shave my beard off, I look like I'm 12. I'm blessed with good genetics, but apparently my hair doesn't understand that it's not supposed to go gray right now. Okay. Hey, SWG Rice is in the house. Hello. Finally made one. Well, welcome to Saturday. All right. We got one more story left before I gots to go. Actually, yeah. If you're talking about Jeff, yeah, one of Jeff's accusers just exited, and I'm not believing what they're talking about, but I do know that she was diagnosed with something fairly severe. SWG Vice for 10 Culture Casino Cash says, oh my gosh, the wrong males, the horror. Well, kind of. I mean, Hollywood, they don't like people like me. Their mantra is male and stale is pale. That's right. And Cyrano 2960. My goodness, Cyrano's just using them all today. Hey, Alejandro Guzman. Good to see him. Hola, hermano. How's it going? Fantastic, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Let me see if I can get there. Cyrano used the green chat. Let's see. Cyrano. Because I really do want to get to the last thing. I truly do. There we go. Celebrating 13 months, over a year of wonderful support from members like Cyrano. Can't say how, or I know, but Fed system is in a bit of a disarray. My reason for long work days. Well, my friend, I've been hearing similar from people who also work within that system. So that's no bueno. And I would imagine that people are looking into some of these things. It's a bear. That's right. It is a bear. And thank you, Cyrano, for your long support. All right, let's get into this. We got a few. Power nap got me. Grandson wore me out gaming. Yeah, I bet. It's crazy, right? The energy of the young ones, especially on Fortnite. Ugh, oh, boy. They're ready to go. TZ, what's up, buddy? Hi, Culture, everybody. Good to see you. All right, let's get to this last story. Which I find annoying. We look, say what you will about certain sports personalities that, they're trying to turn into political entities. But Stephen A. Smith is, as maybe even comparing him to Maher, is as likely to say something that is, spot on as he is something completely out in left field. Here's one I don't think he should be picking up, and it's the story about Shannon Sharpe. Now, I've been following this since it happened, but I don't know if it's necessarily, something you put on a primetime culture performance, whether it be a 6-minute daily or even here on a Saturday. But you got to talk about it. Shannon Sharpe was doing some sketchy things, moving a little shady. That's not great. My goodness, the most generous person on the planet, Jillian H., is in the house, dropping 10 Culture Casino memberships. I can't speak. I don't know what happened there. Not enough coffee, probably. But Jillian, thank you for the 10 Culture Casino memberships. Much appreciated, dear. I think it's amazing. And look at all those names go great. All names green. Jillian says that like it's a mantra. Speaking of which, Salty Nerd Podcast coming up next in about an hour. We're going to try to round out here, and then we're going straight to a member stream. If you find yourself with a membership, please join us if you can, if you want. You don't even have to be on the panel. Just join us to say hi. We got about an hour of that membership thing, and we are going to do the memberships. Last Saturday will be a regular membership stream. It'll be off the books. It will not be public. It'll just be us. And then we have the High Rollers, which will be the first Saturday of the month. That way we have fixed times and we have people who are, joining us that really wanted to. And another amazing thing, more gifties from SWG Bryce dropping 10 more Culture Casino memberships. My goodness, friends. Amazing. Thank you, Bryce, and thank you, Jillian. So good to see you. Jillian, I will be responding to your email today. I promise. I am officially going to launch that idea that I had, and I would love that. An Iranian port exploded today. Oh, no. Aurora Uplinks in the house. Good to see you. Look at all these amazing people. My goodness, the green is inevitable. It's inevitable. So thanks to all of you. You are very generous humans. I appreciate each and every one of you. But anyway, back to this. So Stephen A. Smith says there's no way Disney could let Shannon Sharpe stay on ESPN. Of course not. I don't even know that people are going to want to be on this dude's podcast anymore. He does draw a lot of controversy. Obviously, the claim that was made by the young lady is something that's going to hit him hard. And it doesn't matter if it's somebody who is on, the platform for lonely fans. Okay, the lonely folks. Shannon Sharpe is absolutely innocent of the allegations, according to, Stephen A. Smith. I'm not sure how he would know. And the $50 million lawsuit against him, Stephen A. says he believes of his First Take colleague and friend. However, the relentless, pragmatic sport and cultural commentator also acknowledged Friday it was inevitable that Disney owned ESPN would cut ties with him. ESPN's been taking a lot of hits. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but it's been beaten up pretty good. And it probably deserves it. But he kind of knew that this was going to come down. They, I guess, tried to take care of the accuser with a unsuccessful $10 million settlement. That was, I guess, made public, meaning that something happened that Sharpe didn't want to get out into the world. So when the news came down that he and ESPN had mutually agreed that he would need to come off the airwaves of ESPN, it was a blow to the show, a blow to me personally, because I'm going to miss him, but it was not a surprise. Yeah, I bet not. He was working at Disney, Smith said of Sharpe, summing the business side of this up in 5 words. Yeah. You work at Disney, you shouldn't be. Disney may, even though they're not, try to still pretend that they're a family company. Can't do that with that kind of an accusation floating around and a lot of weight behind it, especially after the $10 million conversation claim. I've been at Disney since October of 2003. I know this place. I know the worldwide leader. That is ESPN. He added, noting that he was not directly noting that it was he directly that recruited former Denver Broncos tight end Sharpe for First Take. As Deadline exclusively reported on April 24th, both Sharpe and ESPN put their own spins on the everything. And the Club Shay Shay boss is now off the table on the sports channel and his weekly appearances on First Take. So there's that. It wasn't difficult for me to figure out what was transpiring, Smith outlined today, building on what he'd inferred previously online on April 22nd about Sharpe. ESPN and Disney have a wait and see attitude when it comes to whatever evidence they may learn about the entire situation involving Shannon Sharpe from a legal and civil perspective. Plus, they always play in the big game, which is that of optics. And I'm sure many of you know that is no bueno. Look, I think far less of Shannon Sharpe today than I had ever thought of him before. I always felt like he was an uninformed blowhard, but at times it seemed like he meant well. He has drawn a lot of controversy into pretty much everything he's ever done in one way or another. And I think the fact that he tried to wrap himself in his faith feels a little hypocritical right now. And that kind of thing, that causes problems, at least in my opinion. But I've talked enough. I want to know what you all think. Logan 5. Hello, how are you? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. I think I saw you sneak in a couple minutes ago. Cyrano says, even without the allegations, me thinks Steven is a little jealous of Shannon. His ratings are a bit lower compared to Smith's. Yeah. I man, that Club Shay Shay thing, think about how much stuff filtered through that. Remember what that comedian said about all the people that were traveling shady? Well, apparently one of those people was Shannon Sharpe, traveling shady. So he should know. But you know what? 11 Alpha, that's probably the most astute observation I've seen. It definitely is about making the Shannon story about him. Well, it is. It's all about him. Look at what it's going to do to his show. He's going to have to get somebody else to say dumb things from time to time. Logan 5 says there is no sanctuary. Maybe. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Jill, you got injured? Did I miss that earlier in the chat? I hope you have a speedy recovery, dear. My goodness. You guys aren't allowed to get hurt. Big Daddy MRI. Love you guys. I'll try to join you later. Stay safe. I will, sir. Thank you for everything. Big Daddy MRI. I hope everything's going good. I worry about you guys that work so hard. As we get older, we kind of need to slow down a little bit if you can. To take time, smell the roses. Time is the most limited factor in your life, and you never know when you're out of it. So take care of yourselves, please, and stop running into stuff. Okay? Jill, whatever happened, I'm worried about y'all. I think a lot of people don't understand the difference between discernment and judgment. True story. Tom F's not a big fan. Whee. Jillian's out there talking. I love it. Luke is in the house. Hello, Mr. Corolla Wiz. Good to see you, my friend. I know he told me how to say his name. I don't know if I'll ever get it right. I had to change completely how I thought about Walter Tomaszewski, which is Tomaszewski. I'm an idiot. Randy Thodo, Sharpe's lawyer. You said what? And it's recorded? Yeah, probably shouldn't have said the choking thing out loud. That was probably bad. Jill fell and hurt herself. Please don't do that, Jill. Okay? You guys aren't allowed to get hurt. I need you. All of you. Dengar Renegade. Sup, buddy. Good to see you. She Englished it all up in there. Megan is in the house. Shannon Sharpe should have been scoring touchdowns instead of creating controversy. Yeah. Well, I tell you what, I think between the two brothers, very interesting. Like there were like 17 or 18 kids in that family. Shannon Sharpe's talked about it. His brothers talked about it. I feel like, I feel like certain people are predisposed to making errors because their frame, the character, was fashioned by an individual that's no longer with us, and they didn't have a frame for themselves. It's very important when you're a guy, and a lot of people talk about framework differently. But I think it's very important to know yourself very well. It's very important to understand you, to understand your motivations. And if you have issues with character, you work very hard to fix them. And I think that a lot of professional athletes don't have that kind of frame outside of the game, the rules of the team, the rules of the law. They'll try to stay within those so that they aren't caught up in something like this, but unfortunately, without the person that built their character or reinforced what character they had, they don't have the ability to do it for themselves. So I think that's one of the first things I want to talk about on my reaction channel. Of course, the first thing is going to be something silly and it's going to be just me, but I want to have these conversations with other people about relationships and things like that. So there's that. Thanks for the shout out, CC. You betcha, Walter Thomas Chevsky. There we go. Still trip myself up. But like I said, I think frame is very important. You need to know yourself and others. Yeah, Logan Paul. Interesting guy. Probably not a well-defined frame. Papina says, kids don't take the time to learn oneself these days. No, they really, really don't. Yeah. 15 months, though, man. Thank you, Walter, for your long-term support. Truly appreciate it. Penny even says thank you. Yay. Penny, penny, penny. All right. Mark Daly out there saying maybe Shannon, not so sharp, can share a cell with the, it's a civil matter at this point. So that's not likely to happen. I think the diddler's going to have his own cell, to be fair. But we'll get Tom modded up properly, and everybody will be mod fighting. Anyway, we need to get started on this morning's member stream. So that's going to start in just a couple of minutes, which means we got to get out of here. If you are not a member of the chat, if you're not a member of the channel, if you're not a member here, I'm going to tell you this. Stick around. Lots of membership gifts happened today. And if they did, you're welcome to join us. It's a private stream. Nobody else will be there. And other than members. And that'll be a lot of fun. But I'm going to send that out in just a moment. Actually, if you're a member, you just go check the community chat right now. But I will enforce it with a member chat here in a minute. And then I will see you over there, I hope. Very much looking forward to an hour-long conversation with all of you. And that's that. We've got a High Rollers stream coming up the first Saturday of the month. It won't be a very long one. The High Rollers will meet up. Might even have an in-person High Roller appearance. We'll see. And that means somebody else other than me on here. And that is the first Saturday. So the last Saturday of the month is the member stream, and the High Rollers are the first Saturday of the month. And that's the way that goes. On that note, I'll say this. I appreciate each and every one of you. You guys are the best chat on the tube and otherwise. I want to say thanks to the Rewards Club membership, King of Monsters, and hopefully we'll see you over there. I'm going to pop that message up here in the next couple of minutes, and I'm going to launch the particular stream. If you are a member, it should already be there for you. And on that note, I'll say this. Thank you, John Coleman, for becoming a member. We are off and running. With that being said, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, and until next time, apparently I had a farm.
Oh, the culture had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm we had a cock, E-I-E-I-O. With a cock here and a cock there. Here a cock, there a cock, everywhere a cock. Old McCulture had a farm, E-I-E-I-O.
Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. 'cause I know you got me fucked up. Let me show you what's up, 'cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll play it on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you gon' wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. I don't fucking take smoke, I'ma poke a hole through you, choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude, crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently, thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry becomes a dynasty.